Did it tell you that this meeting is being recorded? It didn't? Well, it's being recorded. So watch your language. All right, here we go. We have a syllabus, and it is on simple syllabus, which is on the right side of the left side of your canvas. Down here. So here we are, Monday, Wednesday, 8 to 9:20. This is on the web. Here are my office hours. Monday at 1, Tuesday at 9, Wednesday at 12, Thursday at 1, Friday at 10. That's the most important part of the whole syllabus. All right. Course description that comes from the catalog that I do not write, so that's why it's not in complete, coherent sentences. Writing and analysis, functional tonality, diatonic and dominant seventh chords, and secondary function designed for the music major. Course objectives are to write and identify any seventh chord in root position and inversion. Using non-dominant seventh chords, secondary applied chords, diatonic and modulating sequences, and modulation to closely related keys, realize a figured bass, harmonize a given melody, and conduct harmonic and formal analysis of music using non-dominant seventh chords, secondary/applied chords, diatonic and modulating sequences, and modulation to closely related keys in binary and ternary forms. Course objective number 4, compose music using musical elements included in course content. Student learning outcomes, harmonically analyze music using the diatonic practices of the 17th and 18th centuries, identify and illustrate modulation to closely related keys, write critically, use correct terminology, and synthesize ideas and concepts about music. And that all comes from Curricunet and your course catalog. And do you have questions on those objectives? Did you understand all those words? Those were a lot of fun words, weren't they? All right, we'll get there, right? We'll make it. We'll explain all that stuff. Okay, required textbooks. It's the same book as last time, which is great if you were here for Theory 1, which a lot of you were, but a couple of you were not. So I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. If you bought the textbook for Theory 1, like most of you did, your theory book access is good for something like, I want to say 10 semesters. So you should be able to log in the same way that you did last time. It's the same ebook online. We're going to just continue on with the workbook that you have as a paper copy. The people I'm not sure about would be Alex, Claire, Alex and Claire. Alex.
I'd have to buy it again because reasons.
If you bought it once, you should still have access. If you burnt your workbook, that's another story.
That's the thing. I didn't burn it, but like since I used part of it last year,
Yeah.
like that's why like I think I'll have to buy it again, which I wouldn't mind doing.
Okay. So if that's the case, find it nice and cheap somewhere online. But I would restore your digital access with McGraw-Hill Connect. So you shouldn't have to rebuy that. Cool? Claire, how can I help you with your book?
I'm just going to purchase the whole thing and then just start.
Did you ever purchase it?
No.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's the
Quick
boat
question. Like,
Go
we're
ahead.
not gonna like the paper, like the workbook, like the paperback, like Is that the one that we're going to be needing, or just all like electronically?
All right, here's how it works.
Okay.
If you go to the bookstore, you will see this, which is a 3-hole punch paperback workbook. And this workbook is good for all 4 semesters. This book comes with a little card, which I no longer have, that has an access code. And that access code gets registered with your email, and that's how you log on to do online assignments, which are required, and to read the textbook. So rather than buying a textbook with a hardback cover, we have an ebook. However, if you would like to buy this, you can buy this. When we first started with McGraw-Hill, I think they gave us the deal where students could buy this minus the hardcover. So all the pages in the middle, 3-hole punch, for like $25. But I think it's up to like $35, $40, $50 now. And so if you're interested in that, I can put you in touch with McGraw-Hill, or you can get on and call them.
I remember them also having an option where you could buy a physical copy from them, from their website, too, once you got the access code from the workbook or whatever.
Yeah, you can, and then like I'll show you also, because we're screen sharing. Where is McGraw-Hill Connect? On the left on McGraw-Hill Connect, I'm going to click on it and see if I can find this. If I go to my Connect section, there's a link.
I'm getting registration for the connection is closed. When I click on that, and I click on go to.
Same, I get the same thing.
When you click on go to my Connect section?
Yeah, I'm getting registration for this Connect section is now closed.
Let's see if I can not violate FERPA law and see if you're in here. If I go to my courses.
You could also just try doing student view.
Yeah, I could, but I want to see if you're in here. So if I click student roster, there are no students registered. Well, that's going to be fun. All right, so this is clearly not working yet, and I'll have to make some phone calls. To figure out how to get you guys registered for me. I called them over the break, and they helped me set this much up. So I will look into that. We'll figure that out. But let's say we're in this class, and we click on it. Wait. Go back. What did that say? It said registration info. So it's saying that registration info starts on the 13th, which is not right. Let's see if we can switch that up. Can we change it? Not there, we can't, but let's go to edit section details. Nope. So for some reason, I don't know why it says the 13th. So maybe by Wednesday you can. Set registration dates. Here we go. Wasn't today the 13th?
The 11th.
That's the 11th. We're a year off. And we're going to go through May 14th. No, let's make it the 21st. That's the last day of finals. Okay, can you try that again and see if you can get in now?
Yeah, it worked for me.
You're in now?
Yeah, let me try opening an assignment.
Yeah, I'm in.
Excellent. All right, what do I click on to see my students?
Yeah, it looks like it's completely normal now, so good.
Where am I? I'm lost. Okay. So I want to be here. I want to be here. Student roster. Okay, I have 3 of you.
Everyone can just go into class. I think it automatically does it for you. Because I didn't have to do anything special.
So Alex, try that and see if it will just automatically restore for you. Okay, so what I wanted to show you was that if I go back here and click on student view, there's going to be a link on the left, I think. Yeah. And here's the loose leaf purchase option. Has everybody seen this? And if you click on that, it says you can purchase a discounted loose leaf copy of your text. And it won't let me do it because I'm not really a student. It's $39 if you want a hard copy loose leaf paper version. Cool? Did I answer everybody's questions?
Mine got restored, so
You
yeah.
did?
I'll have to buy the workbook,
Excellent.
I think.
All right.
Yeah, mine popped right up. Did you get me on attendance too?
I got you here
Darby?
late. Yes, I do.
Yes. Yes, I
Good morning.
apologize.
All right. So, for everybody, probably except Claire, this is old hat, right? So we have reading assignments just like last time. We have assignments. Those, what were they called? They had some funny title. Learn Smart assignments for every chapter. Okay, so all your dates are in there. So you have a reading assignment for chapter 9. It's due this week. And you have a Learn Smart assignment that's due at the end of next week or something like that. I floated it out a little ways. Questions, comments, concerns, friends with questions. That's in case you have a question and you don't want us to know it's you. You just say, hey, I have a friend that has a question. Seeing none, hearing none. Are we good? People are already leaving. All right.
Can you give me the information for the tutor, please?
Yes,
Or we have one?
we better. Right here on the left, FCC Tutoring Center. Do you see it? You click on that. It takes you here to the Tutorial Center. If you click on the Tutorial Center online Canvas page link, it'll take you to this page. Then you click on this page, which is a Zoom link. Tutoring doesn't start until the 19th. I believe our tutor is still Gibson. If it's not, I have not been communicated anything different. So you click on that, and it opens up a Zoom. I think there was an easier way, actually, Sophia Ruby. It's just not set up yet. I think come Tuesday it'll be it'll be rocking and rolling. Because there was a way that we could specifically click on music, and they haven't entered any of that yet. So when you come to this page, come Tuesday the 19th, there will be multiple subjects, and music will be one of them, and it'll have Gibson Devon's name, and it'll have his hours, and we'll be able to rock and roll. So stay tuned. I'll go over it again in class just to show you all exactly how to get there. It's just not set up yet. But there's been no communication to me that anything is different, but that doesn't mean that that's the truth. So stay tuned. I'll look into that. Other questions? All right. We were in the middle of simple syllabus somewhere and it all got lost. So we're going to go home. No. Simple syllabus. Here we go. All right, so we went over the course description, the course objectives, the student learning outcomes, the required text and materials. In addition to all that, I would also say have music manuscript paper. You never know when you're going to need it. Attendance policy. You're required to be here unless you have an official college excuse, jury duty, or doctor's note. Drop policies and deadlines. The drop deadline is March the 12th. That's a Friday, I think. That's week 9. Yes?
It's a Friday, yeah.
Yeah. That's your drop deadline, but it doesn't really matter because we're in a COVID semester, so you can drop any time, even after the class
And
is
it's week
over.
9. Yeah.
So if you got an F in one of your classes last semester, just COVID drop it. Actually, I'm not sure if you still can, but you can drop a class all the way till the final.
You can certainly try.
Yeah. All right.
What would one of us find out?
Holidays. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is next Monday. I will not be here. You shouldn't be here either. Go do some service for somebody. It's a day of service and reflection and thinking about what we can do better. President's Day, Washington Day observance is February 15th. Just think of it as Single Awareness Day extended. I mean, President's Day. That's February 15th, so I won't be here that day either. Spring break is March 29th through April 2nd. That all got boogered on my syllabus. I'll have to fix that. So I won't be here that week either. Those are the only holidays that I know that we have. Cool? All right. Participation and engagement. This has changed, so I'm going to read this. Attendance is required at every class session, and participation is 1/3 of your grade. You will receive 10 points a day that you are present and on time with your textbook with your camera on and free from distractions such as texting in class. If your camera's not on, you don't get your 10 points. I have to be this way because of problems that I had last semester. Students were not there when I called on them. Students were not even in the room. They were asleep. There were some academic integrity issues, meaning cheating. People were recording me and not learning how to do what they needed to do on their own. So I have to require your camera to be on for my class for you to get your full points. and that's the way it's going to be. If there is a reason your camera can't be on, send me an email. I don't care if you use a virtual background, as long as it's appropriate. That's totally cool with me. Ethan's up at Hume Lake somewhere, and that's great. I don't care.
Sometimes. He's not always at Hume Lake sometimes.
Sometimes he's in outer space.
Or at the
out to lunch.
beach.
Yeah, it kind of changes depending on my mood.
Teach me your ways, man.
But I want to see your faces.
Did you have
So-
to buy that? Like, for
No.
I was looking at it, I couldn't figure it out.
Depending on your Zoom version, it's totally doable on your computer version.
I can basically use any photo I want that I have on the computer. So
Funny ones I've seen. Mr. Brady always puts himself in like fancy recording studios, like where the Rolling Stones or the Beatles recorded. People do the Office one where you can pretend that you're being interviewed on The Office. There's some funny ones out there.
My mom had last semester, like, it was like Spirit Week for her school.
Yeah.
And like you had to do like Spirit Week with your background as well. Like there'd be like a movie day themed, and so she went as like the kid from Monsters Inc. just grown up, and it was really funny.
Yeah.
But like she had the Monsters Inc. background and lots of other things, but it was fun.
I've seen a Stranger Things
Doc
background.
B loves costumes.
That's right.
Costumes is his thing.
Yeah, it's really my wife's thing. I just go along. Okay, I enjoy it. All right. If you will receive 5 points a day if you are late. You get daily monitoring, assistance, daily assignments, explanation and assistance, regular testing, progress evaluation materials, and teaching designed to assist in achieving the aforementioned goals. So be here.
So for when it says late, does that mean like if you show up at 8:01, you're already late?
No, I like to think that I'm a reasonable, fair guy, but if you're waltzing in at 8:15, then I'm gonna mark it
Gotcha.
tardy.
Just wanted to know if there was like a hard line somewhere, or if maybe one should be established.
No, I try to be fair.
Okay.
But if it gets to be a pattern, I'm a little more harsh. No, I really don't anticipate having problems with any of you. If you can make it through Theory 1, you can function. All right. Our goal is to make it through Chapter 13. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 5 chapters that we're going to cover. And these dates will probably fluctuate, but generally that's what we're looking to do. 5 chapters in our book. Okay? Holidays I went over. Exams, we're going to have a bunch of exams. We're going to have workbook assignments. We're going to have online assignments. That's the main thing. And then we're going to have exams. If you are a student that has needs for accommodation, I'm happy to make any of those reasonable accommodations provided you have registered with the DSP and S office, and they have sent me things, a sheet for you. So if that is you, let me know. Our DSP&S office does a pretty good job. So I'm all about helping you guys be successful. So any accommodations that I can make for you, I'm happy to do. Your grade is made up of 1/3 exam, 1/3 participation points, 1/3 class grade, quizzes, and homework. There's the grading scale, typical Fresno City College grading scale. Generally, makeup work is not offered. late work is not accepted. Canvas is set up not to accept late work, so there's a due date and there is a date available where you can actually access the assignment, and those are the same date. So once the due date hits, it drops off Canvas and you can't turn it in anymore. Don't cheat. Don't plagiarize. I know Sean Henderson all too well. He's our vice president of students. He's where we have to send kids that cheat, send kids that do stupid things, send kids that write nasty emails. So don't make me have any more time spent with Sean Henderson than I need to. Support services. There are plenty of support services to help you in your journey to success. We have a health center, and there's a link to their webpage in my syllabus. We have a tutorial center, and their link to their page is in my syllabus. There are psychological services. Their webpage is available and linked in my syllabus. And there's Ram Pantry. If you don't know what Ram Pantry is, it is a food pantry free to you. Everything on that support services section is free to you. Yes, psychological services free to you. Tutorial free to you. Health center, you paid a fee, so it's now free to you. Either you or the government paid a fee, so that is free to you. Okay? There's no reason that you should not get the help that you need. If you need help, come find me. You know how to find me. Any message to me in Canvas goes straight to my phone. All the Canvas messages go straight to my email. So I'm not a hard person to find. Okay? I have walked people over personally to the Ram Pantry. I have walked people over personally to psychological services. So it's there for you. You might as well take advantage of it if you need it. Questions, comments, concerns, friends with questions. Don't go hungry. Don't go without the help you need. Yeah? All right, our final exam date is Wednesday, May 19th from 8 to 9:50 p.m. a.m. Not p.m. a.m. That will be an online exam. Similar to last time, but maybe not as hard. Was that exam brutal?
Long.
Just long.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of
Good.
it was, but for the most part, it was right on for what you taught. Yeah.
I think you guys did well on it. Some of you might have been shocked that you passed. Questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, seeing none. I have that we're going to do a review this week. What do we need to review?
Oh, you mean like stuff from the last class?
Yeah. Are we good on everything? You want to jump into chapter 9, or do you want to review some things? Are there some things you're not quite clear on? Are there some things that you're fuzzy on?
I mean, until we hit it, I don't remember.
I think maybe a little quick recap.
All right.
Yeah, like chapter 5 on.
All right, here we go. Well, we can just we can go chapter by chapter, really. This is not where I want to be.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad way to to review. It's doing a few of those.
I don't want to be here. I
True,
wanna
but it doesn't
be-
really hit the important parts all the time. Feels like.
That's true.
This is where I want to be. Okay, here we are. Table of contents. This is not looking right.
Press the self-study, yeah.
But it's giving me study questions. I don't want that. I want my ebook. Now I'm in my workbook. Am I?
No.
This looks different. I don't like it. All right. Here we go. Chapter 1 was talking about pitch and notes and scales, major key signatures, minor scales. And if you want to send a private message in the chat, you can send a private message in the chat saying, hey, I don't remember how to do any of this. Can you go over this? And I won't call you out. Hopefully. So chapter 1 was all about basics. Key signatures, scales, putting the fun in fundamentals. Are we good on chapter 1? All right, 2 was that awful chapter on rhythm. You remember that? We had compound and simple meter, and we had lots of charts we had to fill in. And it was rough, but we made it through. The Canadians helped us out from the Royal Conservatory. Do you remember that? Yeah, Pete's got it. So that was chapter 2. My friend in the chat. Cool. And you have my office hours too, right? So you can come see me. I like to think I'm a pretty good tutor myself. All right. Chapter 3. We talked about triads and seventh chords. We went over the formula for triads and seventh chords. Now, in case for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, if you did not like and subscribe my YouTube channel, it has not gone anywhere. I'm still stuck at 289 subscribers. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where your social media friends are, your feeds. You guys must not have as much influence as you thought you did, because my subscribers has not moved very far at all.
Well, how can we be more influential than you, Doc B?
I don't know, but it's not working. I'm still at 289. So
You need merch.
the merch is there, man. You got to get it from Gibson, the tutor. So if you go to YouTube.com.
Yeah, but merch is constantly updated. So, like, you need another, cool mug.
Another line.
I would like a dissonant shirt, but
We need to get
can't
some,
get one of
like,
those.
water
Or,
bottle
like, a
stickers.
pin. A sticker. Put it on my
Is it
my mic
dissonant
right
on
here.
your water bottle?
Yeah.
All right, so if you go to youtube.com/user/DocBTheory, I'll put that in the chat. Make sure that you put that on all your Twitch and Snapchat and Tinder and the whole 9 yards.
Just streaming like Stardew Valley. Hey, go check out my theory teacher.
I should be on Twitch right now live, but I'm not. Anyway, go subscribe. You've got access to all my videos from last semester. I'm huge, as you can see. I'm pulling in things like 28 views here. I got a 20 spot on that one. I was huge. This day was just off the charts at 80 views. I was huge that day. I don't know. One time I wore a Dodgers hat, and I don't know what it was, but I wore the Dodgers hat, and my views were unbelievable. Let's see if we can find that.
Was that the day of the
It was the day after they won the World Series. Here it is. Look at this.
recap day?
The day after, I wore a Dodgers hat and 221 views. Right there. I don't know what it is about the Dodgers, but
You have your most popular video has 9.4K
I
views
see that
7 years ago.
7 years ago. Yeah, it takes me 7 years.
I see that 835 views right there.
I don't know how I'm ever going to get to 1,000 subscribers, but that's where I got to get to start making my money. So, anyway,
Couple cents a day.
if I got to do like ad view or something, like Google ads, Facebook ads, something.
Please, no, God. No.
Show up in your social media feeds. But all my videos are there. Nothing has changed since last semester, and I'm going to put these videos up too. So all my music theory videos are there if you need to go back and review. Cool? And look at that. Thank you for your support. I'm up 2 whole subscribers. Made it to 291. Let's break 300. Maybe I'll do something crazy when I hit 300. That's what I got to do.
He's gonna dress up.
Yeah. Make a costume or something. All right. Okay, so we were over here looking at the book, doing something. I really don't like this book. This isn't how I had it last time, but oh well. Okay, so I went over the formulas for triads, and I went over the formulas for seventh chords. So there's a video there for chapter 3 if you need a recap of that. So all that's there. Questions, comments, concerns on formulas for seventh chords or triads? Hearing none, seeing none, nothing in the chat. We're all right with chapter 3. Chapter 4 was talking about diatonic chords in major and minor. So that's specifically talking about the chords that belong in the key. I'm going to hop over to Classroom Maestro. Is that all right? I'm going to throw the piano below the staff. Can't remember how to do that. I'm going to go back to blue. 1 second, and I'll share my screen with you. We're going to go to chord progression mode. Zoom. Classroom Maestro. Share. Oh, I don't have any MIDI set up. Do you remember this? So these are diatonic triads. They belong in the key. So those are the diatonic triads for C major. Is this sounding familiar? Are there questions on diatonic triads? 1, 4, and 5 are capitalized because they are major chords. 2, 3, and 6 are lowercase because they are minor chords. 7 is lowercase with a diminished degree symbol because it's diminished. Are we good? All right. So that's what chapter 4 was all about. What belongs in the key. Chapter 5. We were talking about diatonic triads and principles of voice leading.
This is
And
where they're getting juicy.
yeah, this is where we talked about open and closed structure. We talked about the ways chords move, static, oblique, contrary, similar, and parallel. We compared it to life and you and your friends after high school. Do you remember this?
I'd forgotten about that.
Some of you had static motion. Some of you had parallel motion, the wrong way or the right way. Yeah, that was a good time. Life lessons. We just have that lesson because in the student evaluations, there's a question about, does the instructor adequately apply the materials to my life? And then you could put strongly agree. That's all that was. All right. Chapter 6, we were doing root position writing. And we had rules or norms as they were called. Remember our norms? And we talked about chords moving a fourth or a fifth apart. And if they're doing that, we have what? We have 3 ways of doing it. Common tone, stepwise motion, similar motion by a second or third, or the tertian leap with the common tone and stepwise motion. You remember all that? Some great videos on that. Go ahead.
I said kinda. I think the best video that we had for me for that was the final review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of exercises and workbook assignments helping us get there. Then we talked about if the chords move a third or a sixth apart, there's 2 common tones with stepwise motion. Great video on that. And then we talked about if they move a second or a seventh, there are no common tones. Right? And that the upper voices move to the next nearest chord tone by step. If the bass moves up by step, the upper voices move down to the nearest chord tone. Or if the bass moves down by step, the upper voices move up to the nearest chord tone. Not necessarily by step. I should not have said by step. But to the next nearest chord tone. So those were the 3. That covered all of our intervals. Seconds and sevenths, thirds and sixths, fourths and fifths. Questions, comments, concerns, friends with questions on that? We also watched a fun YouTube video on instrumental ranges and transpositions. We learned those 2 cute little catchphrases. Do you remember them? To hear an instrument's key, you must write a C. Or what was the other one? Where'd it go? Is it in the summary? Should have been right there.
G4? I don't know. I saw something like that. when you went past it. But
I think it might be the next chapter. Hold on. No, it would have been that chapter. Where'd it go? I don't like this new setup, I'll tell you that. Well, I can open it up in my book because I know it's there. All right, there's two little catchphrases that help us. And they go like this. If a transposed instrument player sees a C, it sounds its key. So if a French horn player sees a C, they play an F. Is that truth? Nico's nodding his head, so I know that it's true. And then the other one is, to hear its key, you must write a C. So it's just the same thing both ways. Cool. Questions, comments, concerns on chapter 6. You'll remember chapter 7 was the inspiration behind your latest tattoos, with all the charty charts of what chords go to what chords. You remember that? The 1 chord goes to the 5 chord. And we had all those nice graphs that aren't pulling up at all in this stupid book. I don't like this setup. But on page 103, let's see if we can get there. Whoa. Yeah. So we have all those charts. You remember those charts? The best chart is 105, actually. So 105 is the best chart for major. Shows you where all the chords can go. And I really don't like how small that is. But this is not the normal viewer I'm used to. And then 106. Scratch that. Where is it? Where'd it go? 105 has both major and minor. But this book's being dumb. And I have to hit the next page to get it in minor. There's the minor. So this is so on your left arm, you have the major, and on your right arm, you have the minor, or something like that. Depends if you're left-handed or not. Anyway, you got those two tats about what chords go to what chords, right? Again, excellent videos on the Docby YouTube channel. And that was chapter 7. And that was a nice question on the exam. Stole it right from there. Most of you did pretty good on that. All right, and then in chapter 8 was talking about triads and first inversion. If you have a triad and a first inversion, what number do you have?
6.
A 6. Good. I was just about to yell at you. Did I teach you nothing?
You taught us 7 chapters. Oh, 8? What?
8 chapters, yeah. Okay, so that's where we left off. And we talked about being a jazzer and lead sheet symbols. And yeah. Questions, comments, concerns. Are we all up to speed or know where we need to get to be up to speed? I know y'all are going to go to the YouTube channel. My hits are going to go through the roof this week as you guys do your refresh. It's cool. No one will know. Except for me, and that's cool. Okay, so what I want you to do, preferably for Wednesday, is start reading chapter 9. So let me leave this ebook and get back to where I want to be. See if it'll do it nice for me. No, it's doing it the same way. I'll figure that out. Because I really don't like the way it's doing that. So chapter 9 is all about triads in second inversions. In second inversion. I think I want that is what I want. That's what I want. Sure, you can take me wherever you want. I'm just going to come here. Now we're cooking with fire. This is what we want. Chapter 9, triads and second inversions. Okay? This chapter isn't that long. It's only like 11 or 12 pages. But I want you to read up on that. We'll go over it Wednesday. It'll probably be really short. Unless there's specific things you want me to go back and review, I'm happy to spend more time reviewing. I allocated the whole week to review. So if there's some stuff you want to review and you just don't want to like shout it out in front of all your peers today, that's cool. We can do that too.
Can we review, like, going from or identifying, like, parallel octaves and parallel fifths and
Okay.
that sort of thing?
The part writing errors.
Yeah.
The no-no norms.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
'Cause-
chapters 5 through 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still
Yeah.
like, I mean, I did good, okay on it, but
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Maybe that's what we'll do next time because we've got like 4 minutes. So next time, let's hop in chapter 5 and go over our norms. Is that cool? We talked about the 5 things. It's kind of fun. I'm getting comments on my video now. I got a comment on my video that's like, I'm not sure what this video is supposed to be for, but it's really helping me. I was like, yes, an outsider has viewed our videos. I was pretty excited. Okay, that's what we'll do next time. We'll hop in and we'll review our part writing errors. Those are still a little fuzzy for me.
You know, one way we can get your YouTube views going is coming up with really clever comments, and then that way they'll get a lot of likes, which will therefore
There you go.
generate more YouTube traffic.
either that or the icon picture that you use.
Yeah,
Like,
gotta have a Dodger hat. In there or something.
it's true. Well, you can't flood it with Dodger hats because then they'll be like, oh, then we don't want to watch them. Gotta like
All right.
pick certain ones where you're like, this is really important. People need to see this, and then you put the Dodger hat.
So our workbook assignment isn't too bad. It's only 7 pages for chapter 9. So, and we've got time for that. So that's what we'll do. Are we all right with that? We'll hop in chapter 5 next time. Cool. It's good to see all your faces again. I'm glad we're all back. I'll see you tomorrow at ear training, either at 8 or noon, depending on which section you are in. All right?
Okay.
I'll hang. If you've got questions, I'm happy to entertain those.
Right on.
Congrats.
Dr. B.
Christine.
Right.